Let's welcome in the fellas from Missin Curfew, Scotty Upshaw, Shane O'Brien. We got to start in the most obvious of obvious places. TikTok, we're waiting for the official announcement of Patrick Kane heading to Broadway. Your thoughts on Patty Kane joining the Rangers?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Give Chris Drury the GM of the year, and whoever the cap guy is for the New York Rangers, he needs a raise. I don't know how they did this. I don't know, it's above my pay grade, but to see Patty Kane, obviously the Tarasenko deal, the Rangers are ready to rock up.
Yeah, whoever said this hard cap is a real thing. I don't know how you bring in Tarasenko and Patty Kane, down the stretch deadline. Great for hockey. I think 88, everyone's been waiting for him to go somewhere. I think Broadway's the spot. Excited to see him play, hopefully tomorrow night.
It's unbelievable. I mean, really, when you think about it, because they were able to add Tarasenko, and then all these moves. We learned a lot about the rules, guys, right?
Yeah.
There are no rules. The rules are no rules, EJ. Get rid of the hard cap. Let's go. I mean, a couple ex-players here, we hate the hard cap when we played. Listen, the cap guys earned their money, EJ. I have no idea how they did this, but I'm with the Updog. It's great for hockey, and the New York Rangers are now going to be a very tough out.
And jersey sales are going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
I've already seen Patrick Kane Rangers jerseys, which is hilarious.
Guy wore one to the game on Sunday.
Amazing. It's amazing. What I've learned from the whole thing is that if there's a will, there's a way. That is a true turn of phrase, to say the very least, in this situation. And it has been a very, very busy lead up to the NHL's trade deadline. I mean, I don't know what we're going to talk about on Friday. There has been a lot going down, specifically in the Eastern Conference. Every team trying to get better, numerous teams swinging for the fences, trying to go on a deep run here. When you guys look at the teams in the East that made big moves, which team do you think improved the most?
For me, it's from the start of the season to right now, it's the New Jersey Devils. And then I'll even go back to last year. They have 63 points last year. Now they have 83 points. They just got Timo Meier, arguably the best forward coming out of this trade deadline. They're going to lock him up, I'm sure, but just the way that Tom Fitzgerald's put this team together, Dougie Hamilton's having a career year, Nico Hischier's playing well. I think they're maybe a team that can get in, and if they face the Rangers first round, which it looks like they are, who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah, when the Rangers bounce them in the first round, that's what you mean, Updog. No, listen, I was gonna say the Boston Bruins, but I changed my pick. I love the Orlov Hathaway deal, EJ. I think Don Sweeney did something that was really hard. He made the Boston Bruins better when you're already the best team in the league. But for me now with Patty Kane, we were just talking about it. I got to give it to Chris Drury to bring in Tarasenko and Patty Kane, two top six forwards. To me, they're the most improved team.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with that, but I like the Devils and I like the Bruins too. So I'll echo what you guys said. I think both the Bruins and the Devils brought in pieces that are really good fits for their group. And in the Devils' case, they added a player that they're likely going to re-sign and is going to be there for many years. So even better for them. Tommy Fitzgerald has done a really nice job kind of building on the work that Ray Shero did before that and using that player pool that they've had really well. That's a really good team now.
Certainly is, and no doubt all of these teams have gotten better in the last 2 weeks. Kyle Dubas has been very busy with the Toronto Maple Leafs. No doubt they are going for it. One area they have not addressed, though, is goaltending. My question for you guys is, should they? Or are you confident riding Samsonov and an often injured Matt Murray into the postseason?
Yeah, it's a great question, Jackie. And listen, I've been hard on Kyle Dubas a lot. It's no longer on him. He's done everything he could, Updog. He's done his job. Listen, if they play the Tampa Bay Lightning, which they are, unfortunately they have Big 88 Vasilevsky, so it's going to favor the Tampa Bay Lightning. But I think Samsonov's good enough. I don't think the goaltending is going to be the problem. It comes down to their core group. Kyle Dubas has given them everything he can do. I think the goaltending is good enough. Can the big boys get it done for them?
They need a good old-fashioned street fight. They need to bring it to Tampa. They, losing to them the last couple of years, it's there's no question. I listened to Scott Hartnell before this talk about that they have their number. And obviously Vasilevsky's, he's carried these guys to the 3 finals that they've been in the last 3 years. But I tell you, 7-game series, first round, if they face it, they make it a street fight. It's going to be a hard place to win up in Toronto. That place is buzzing now, and Kyle Dubas has done his job.
Yeah, Florida tried to do that a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
and
how'd that go?
they gave it a good effort. I mean, they got it to 6 games that first year. But in the end, Tampa. That's the beauty of Tampa, right? You can try to play any way you want. That's what great teams do. is any way you want to play, they can find a way to beat you, so we'll see. I think Toronto, though, has got another move or two left. I'll be curious to see, because that trade they just made to bring that first-round pick back to me, we'll see how it plays out.
So you're sniffing something.
I smell something cooking.
Okay.
GM EJ over there.
You don't know.
I guess time will tell, and there's only a couple of days to get the answer to that question as well. All right, I want to ask you guys about the Colorado Avalanche, 14-2-2, and still doing that without a bunch of their key pieces. So I want to know this. I mean, the Bruins have been the best team from the start of the year till now by everyone's estimation based on the way they've played. But if the Avs and Bruins were to meet in the Cup final, both healthy, who's better?
I think, like the Toronto-Tampa argument we just had, the goaltending for Boston is what's going to separate themselves. And I think the injuries that we just talked about, not having Landeskog, who Obi, that's your boy, not having him all year, they've been banking on having him back in the lineup. So for me, it's Boston. It seems like it's their year. They're the team to knock off. They've been playing so well. It seems like they're unbeatable. They almost have 100 points already. Pretty amazing what they're doing. So to me, that would be a great final for the NHL, but I think Boston, this is their year.
Yeah, what Boston's doing obviously is unbelievable. I'm going to go with the Colorado Avalanche. And Jackie, last night I was sitting at home and I actually bet on the Colorado Avalanche. Plus 600 to win the Stanley Cup. Landy's coming back. McCarr's getting healthy. Eric Johnson's ahead of schedule. And to me, EJ says that the trade deadline's Friday. I think Joe Sakic's still going to try to get a second-line center. And if he could do that, even better. But I'm taking the Avalanche. Yeah, they got room to make some moves. Joe Sakic, Chris McFarland, that group in Colorado. I expect they will add a piece or two if they can. I would agree with Uppy. I think the Bruins, if they have to choose, because they're both great, it would be such a great matchup of styles because the Avalanche play with that intimidating speed that really it's a different game when you watch them play and everybody healthy. They'd be really tough to beat, but I do like the goaltending for Boston, so maybe a little edge. It'll be a great series.
So you didn't pick one?
I just said Boston.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you were riding the fence there a little bit. But
not today.
Not today. Okay, fair enough. All right, next question. The Edmonton Oilers have been rumored to be in the mix for numerous defensemen on the market ahead of the deadline. Which D-man do you think is the best fit for the Oilers?
I'll start off. I think the most freshest guy in the NHL right now, Jacob Chychrun. Guy hasn't played in a month, and he's ready to rock and roll. So, I mean, Edmonton, they need a guy that can stop the offense of the other team. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are going to score goals. They just need to find a way to keep the puck out of the net, and they haven't been. They've been losing these high-end games. Last night was a great game, but Boston, they had no one to stop these guys from Boston. So if they figure out a way to get a guy that can play like Chychrun, I think that'll bring him to the next level in the West.
I'll tell you what, Uppy, if that trade does go down, he'll have the best tan in Edmonton hands down. The guy's been laying by the pool for the last month. Wait till you see his tan in Edmonton. I'm going off the board, Jackie, because I know how much you love when I do it.
Yes.
I'm going to go Cam Fowler from the Anaheim Ducks. And not only Cam, throw in Max Comtois, a forward. But I think if they could get Cam Fowler and Comtois out of Anaheim, that would be a great fit for the Oilers.
Interesting. What do you think of that?
I like it when Obi goes off the board like that because, I mean, that is
interesting. It up.
It is interesting. Anaheim's got a lot of guys to move. Like, I think they want to keep Fowler, but somebody offers you something worthwhile. I mean, they're in complete rebuild right now. So maybe you consider that. I like Chychrun for them just because the cap hit is something. He's young, he's big, he's strong, he can shoot the puck. He could fit in really good with that group, and they could afford him moving forward for the next couple of years. So I think he'd be the guy for me.
Chychrun.
Okay. Not on the fence on that one either.
No, that was with emphasis.
No fence.
As they say.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I don't know if you heard, but we have Shania Twain coming up on the show.
Yeah.
I am very nervous. Like, I might just pass out. I'm so excited.
We have a nurse standing by.
Yeah, like I don't know if I've ever been so nervous for an interview in my entire career. But since she is coming on the show and she's so legendary, do you guys have a favorite Shania Twain song?
I think we could both agree we had a crush on Shania Twain.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I had a crush on her back in the day so much.
Yeah, this is the only time I'm jealous that I'm not there. And we're in California right now. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I got to be honest, Jackie. I had to go to Spotify and listen to some tunes for Shania Twain because it's been a minute, but I'm going to go with that Don't Impress Me Much. That Don't Impress Me Much.
Oh, geez, you got the way.
Great
and I'm
music
going to go,
video
man,
for
I
that
feel
one.
like a woman, Jackie.
Oh.
Who doesn't like that song? Come on. EJ, what do you think?
Two absolute classics.
So many good ones. The new one, Giddy Up.
Giddy
is
up.
really good. I heard that's from a new album. Very good.
Giddy up.
Giddy up.
We used to say that on the road, EJ. We say, up, dog. Giddy up, fella.
Giddy
Let's
up.
go. Where are we going? Giddy up.
There you go.
So good, so good. I would have went with like, man, I feel like a woman, probably, but to mix it up, I'll go with don't be stupid, and that's just a little word for all of you guys.
Yeah,
But Shania Twain, absolutely iconic, coming up on the show, guys. Always a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the week and whatever trades are left to be done before Friday.
Thanks for having us.